Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of creating your own Counter-Strike map. In the last video we explained some basic buttons, and today we are going to actually outline the map. I'm going to do this in one stretch, so I apologize for any silence or weird noises you may hear in the background. So let's get started. First we want to make the area where we're going to start from. So if you remember from the last video, you want to click the block or your building tool, and then you're going to look over here. This is where you're going to choose what your object looks like. So you want to hit browse. Oh, hold on. And you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff to choose. Well, I decided I wanted my outside to look like snow. So in the filter box you can put in snow, or you could put in grass, or whatever kind of texture you want your outside to look. So I would like a nice snow looking. Okay, now let's explain the 4 panels here that you'll be doing most of your work on. This one where it says camera, that's going to be your 3D look at your map. It's like you're in the game. You're looking at it like that, like how it would look inside the game. This one to the right here, that's going to be your bird eye view. You're basically looking down on the map. This one is your front view. Basically, if you're facing forward, that like it's going to judge distances of how tall a building is or how short a building is. And then this one right here is your side view. I don't use it very often, but there are some circumstances, like when you're cutting a texture, that you have to use it. Alright, so now let's outline the starting position that we're going to do from. Okay, so you want to go to the top viewing section, and you want to left click and drag a box. You can see the yellow outline that has appeared, and then let go. And then, as you can see, it's turned white. There's something that's shown up on the camera here. Now let's say you wanted your box to be smaller or bigger than that. You can easily grab a corner and drag it to whatever position you would like it in. Now let's say, yes, that's the size I want. Hit enter and it confirms it. And you can click your arrow here and click out, and you can see, yes, it is white. Yes, that's what I wanted, but it looks really big. You can change this after you've hit enter to confirm this. You can click on it in the camera, or you can actually click on it in the bird's eye view or front or side. And as you can see, the squares have popped up again, so you can change. But how do you tell if it's too big or too small? So you want to go to your light bulb here. And as you can remember, this is what creates your lighting, your characters, and whatnot. And what we need to do is create a terrorist or a counter-terrorist so we can judge how big an object is, so it doesn't look too weird. So in our favorite section over here again, you want to go down to the categories where it says entities, and then go down where it says objects. Now mine says info player terrorist right now, but it might say something different for yours. So you want to hit this arrow box right here, and you want to get the player terrorist, that's your terrorist, or your player counter-terrorist. It doesn't really matter, since we haven't really decided who's going where yet, so we'll just pick the terrorist here, and we'll click anywhere on the map. On the camera view, I apologize, because if you click on the grid here, he won't show up. Well, it's still awkward to see him, because we can only see, just this square. Well, just like in the game, you can use S, W, A, and D to move around. And you can also use your arrow keys to pivot the camera as well. So now we can look at this whole map and judge how big this is. So this is very, very small. I mean, this would make a horrible map. So let's make it bigger. So remember arrow, left click. By the way, you can also drag objects like this to move it. And I'll make it much bigger. Left click to exit out. And now, as we can see, that is much bigger, a lot more open. Unfortunately, a very small map, but that's okay, we're just outlining. We could always add to make it look bigger or smaller, or maybe we just don't want this whole open area. Maybe we don't want to make it curve and everything. This is all easily done. Let's assume that this big open field is going to be the main part where the counter terrorists and the terrorists are going to combine. Now we need to make spawn points, basically, where each one is going to spawn at. So let's go back to our builder on the left hand side here. Let's left click somewhere else on the grid and create spawn here. I'm not really liking it. Okay, and I'm going to left click on my character here and drag him over to my new created area and judge how it looks. Let's see, normal map has 5 players, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay, but they could use more space so spawning on top of each other doesn't happen. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. You'll be able to run around and always make it smaller later if it seems too big when we're doing it. So now let's just make a quick connector here for the terrorist or counter-terrorist, depending on whose the spawn point is. Yep. And let's bring our guy over, test it. It's pretty narrow. So we want to make it a little better, just to prevent like spawn killing, because if the terrorists run over there really quick, or the counter-terrorists, and they get trapped there, it's probably going to make the map not that fun. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so another trick I'm going to teach you is how to copy and paste objects. But first, let me teach you some tricks here. If you guys have a mouse with a roll on it in the middle there, you can zoom in and zoom out, so you're not constantly fidgeting with these right here to find where you're going on your map and whatnot. Like, you could easily get yourself lost. Let's go back here. Okay, so now we could go back to our builder and create this spot again, or we can click on the area here, hold down your shift and drag this here, and while still holding shift, let go of your mouse. As you can see, I dragged this object across the map, but it's still there. So let's go on our camera view, and as you can see, it is over here. But, like, we'll use this one as an example. Say I'm holding shift right now and I'm dragging it. Say I let go to shift first and then let go of my mouse. As you can see, it did not copy it, it just moved it. So you gotta be careful when you're doing that, but it's a nice quick way to move objects that are going to be the same, especially if you're going to make the map very similar for both sides. So I'm also going to copy this one here too. Remember, shift and drag. Move our camera. Yeah, so this is what the map looks like so far. So let's make the building. I'm actually thinking more of a cave though. And so we're going to need a different texture. So let's go to our building block again. Browse. And maybe some nice, like a road. Let's see. Gravel. And let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to picture the map in my head first. You could find yourself drawing the map first to, you know, get a basic outline of what you want it to look like. That's not too bad. I like the texture. Compared to the map, it's pretty big though. We'll probably edit it down. But I like the location of where the bomb would be placed. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Now I'm going to draw a connector here. Let's see. There we go. So there's 2 ways to enter. And let's take a look here on our map again, because you want to constantly compare, because you don't want to be in the map and then all of a sudden, after, you know, final product, realizing you can't get in somewhere, or, you know, there's a big fault in the map. So that's why I keep checking it a lot. So yeah, like I see this as a, you know, a nice doorway, so I think that's pretty good size. Plus it makes it challenging to get in and out from there. Let's drag him over here. Nice, more open corners. Don't really like a straight shot though. Might change it a little bit later. But so far I'm liking it. Okay. So basically, this is our concept. Now you can always create, you know, another bomb site. You can have 1 bomb site. But this is a great outline for what we're making. So don't forget to save. File save, and name it whatever. And there you go, pretty good outline of the map we're creating. Thanks again for watching. Like and comment, please. I love critique. Please tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong so I can improve these videos better for you. And if you like these, please subscribe. Thanks again.